As the Rebbe geht, gehen alle Chassidim. As the Rebbe tanzt, tanzen alle Chassidim. As the Rebbe sagt, folgen alle Chassidim. Let me translate. When the Rebbe walks, all the Chassidim walk. When the Rebbe dances, all the Chassidim dance. When the Rebbe says, all the Chassidim listen. To what extent does that go? And you know what? This is related to what we spoke yesterday about Aaron HaKohen, that Aaron HaKohen didn't change. The words in Hebrew is Melamed Shele, Nagid Shvacham Shel Aaron Shelo Shino, to give a compliment on Aaron HaKohen that he hasn't changed. But Shelo Shino, play of words, could also mean that he didn't fall asleep. The Chassidim sleep. Let's discuss it in a moment. But first of all, thank you, Hashem. Bismillah Soida, Rila Adonai Kol Haaretz, Ivdu Es Adonai B'Simcha Bo Lefanav Yonono, Duka Adonai Elohim Hu Asani V'Lo Nachna Mitzvah Merisa Bo Yisrael B'Seder Chatzos B'Sila, Hoyde Rebach Shmoi Ki Tov Adonai Le'Olam Chasdei V'Yadoi V'Dorei Menasoi. And let us give some tzedakah. So we spoke about that Aaron HaKohen did not get overwhelmed by the spiritual experience of him lighting the menorah and a godly new light emanating into the world. He stayed focused. He made sure that the mitzvah is complete, is fulfilled to the minute detail, which is obviously an important message to us, that we have to remember to do the mitzvah exactly as we are told, not to do it more or less. Yeah, it's probably fine, it's okay, as long as we have the spirit of the mitzvah. I keep Shabbos, yes, but the details of the halachas of Shabbos, no. As long as I have the spirit of Shabbos, no, says the Torah. You want to have the light, the menorah, connect to the Beis Hamikdash, connect to truth, connect to God, is when you do exactly the way you're supposed to. But sometimes there's another issue. We can get overwhelmed by the seemingly impossible task. Can we do that? Let me share with you an interesting story. In 1985, the Rebbe at one point asked they should build a replica, an exact replica. In fact, they took pictures of the whole 770, famous building 770. Who does know 770? The center of the world, the center of Chabad, the Rebbe's office, the Rebbe's shul, where from there all Chabad emanates. And the Rebbe wanted an identical replica to be built in the city, the Lubavitch city called Kfar Chabad, the village in Israel, Kfar Chabad. The Rebbe said, made sure to build it according to proper rules and regulations, proper permits, legally, everything should be done perfect. Now this is a major task because there was no even plans. The original plans of 770 built in New York didn't exist anymore. They had to redo the plans from the beginning. So this was going to take a long time, especially thinking the bureaucracy in Israel, right, which is famous. Then suddenly, on Lag BaOmer of that year, the Rebbe suddenly notified that he wants this building to be built by Yud Beis Tammuz. Now, Lag BaOmer is the 18th day of the month of Iyar. So you have 12 days left of the month of Iyar. You have 29 days in the month of Sivan. And then you have 12 days in the month of Tammuz. Less than 2 months. Build this entire building in less than 2 months. When the people heard that, they started scratching their heads. How is this possible? It's impossible. We can't do it. And one would expect immediately to tell Rebbe, give us a little bit more time. It's impossible for us to do it. But as I said earlier, the Rebbe sagt, folgen alle Chassidim. Believe it or not, this building, this huge structure, it's a big building. It was done. It was accomplished to the minute detail. And when you look at the building, for those who have visited, the building in Kfar Chabad is identical to the 770, outside, inside. How was this achieved? How can we do this? So that's the point. Lahagid shvoche shel Aaron. To tell us the compliment about Aaron. Aaron was a great chassid, so to say, of Moshe Rabbeinu. Aaron HaKohen was completely devoted, obviously, to God and to God's emissary, Moshe Rabbeinu, God's spokesman. And he was completely submitted to him, and whatever Moshe Rabbeinu told him, there was no questions asked. It was done. We too have to realize the Rebbe gave us a mission to welcome Mashiach. We can think it's overwhelming. If we're submitted, we can do it. So let's do it. One more mitzvah, and it'll happen.